What is going on, guys? It's Dustin. Welcome back to the channel. And Christmas has come and gone. Happened super quick, I swear. And I wanted to make a video showing like all of the physical media stuff that I had gotten. And I've gotten other Christmas gifts as well. My wife got me a really cool Michael Myers hoodie. She got me socks that have my baby's face on them, and it's super awesome. She got me a TJ Watt jersey. I'm a Steelers fan. Say what you want about them, but Pittsburgh has been my team my whole life. So, yeah, I got some of that stuff. And then I got some movies. So, for Christmas, I really only got 2 movies, but a lot of the other stuff was just things that were picked up through the month of December. And there's also in here stuff that I ordered on Black Friday that didn't come until, like, December. So they're obviously looped into this. I did a video on everything from Terror Vision. I did a whole video. I didn't do one for Vinegar Syndrome. Sorry, I'm getting over a sickness. I didn't do an unboxing for the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday haul because I only got 2 things. So it just wasn't something that was really worth making a full video on. But I'll show you here. Also, trigger warning. On Christmas Day, I was peeling potatoes and I cut the tip of my finger off, but it's healing. It's healing pretty well, but it was a pretty crazy experience. So I got a book and a Funko Pop from my wife as well. So I'm gonna start with those, and then we're gonna move into the movies. So starting off with the Funko Pop, I am a massive DC Universe fan, especially Batman, the Joker, Harley Quinn. I obviously really love Harley Quinn. I got Margot Robbie tattooed on my arm. My wife loves Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's just like our person. I don't know. I love anything Harley Quinn related. So she actually found this pop at a TJ Maxx, believe it or not. And it is Harley Quinn with a belt. And it is a PX Previews exclusive. So it's really cool. And I'm super happy to have this. Again, we love Harley Quinn. I'm not going to take her out of the box just because I love this so much. It looks so good. It's just like a one-off in the series. And it's awesome. Such a cool pop. I'm really excited because they're actually making a pop line for the Harley Quinn animated series. And I love that animated series. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to probably pick some of those up. But like, it's kind of funny. I actually have 2 different Harley Quinn pops like right here on my shelf. But for the book, this is a book that I saw somebody talk about on TikTok, and it's from this guy who like exclusively reads horror novels. Like that's his thing. Horror books all the way. And he had talked about this book, and I had said something to my wife about it, and she just like remembered and went and picked it up. And that is The Troop by Nick Cutter. This is an author that I could really see myself getting into. If I'm handling things weird, I'm sorry. It's just literally been my finger. This just happened on Christmas Day, so it's still like really raw and tender. So I got to hold things really weird. But I'm really excited to start reading stuff by Nick Cutter. Now, this is not his actual name. This is like a pen name he uses for books. I forget the guy's actual name, but I like was doing research on his books, and it's like some other person, but he goes by this name for his books. So it's really cool. But this is basically about a scoutmaster that leads a troop of boys into the Canadian wilderness, and they just come across this like crazy guy that just wants to unalive them, and he's like super nuts. So I'm really excited to read this. He also has a book out that's new called Little Heaven. It's about a cult. I definitely want to check that out too. So this is definitely on my TBR. Probably after I finish the book I'm reading now, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one. So I'm pretty excited about it. It seems really good. So now getting into the movies. I have a ton of movies I need to put away, but this first one was a Christmas gift from my friend Eric. You guys know Mr. G Stoff. If you watch my old Minecraft videos, him and I have had series together. He's literally been my friend for like going close to 20 years, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, he's been like my best friend since I've been 14 and I am 31. So yeah, figure it out. But he picked this up for me. This is the Scream Factory 4K Steelbook for Stephen King's Carrie. This is the original one from 1976. So this isn't the remake. This is the original Carrie movie, Scream Factory, 4K Steelbook, 3-disc special edition. I have been on the hunt for this. This was at Best Buy, but I don't have a Best Buy super close to me, and now they're no longer selling physical media. He happened to be at a Walmart where they were carrying this, and he picked it up for me for Christmas. So shout out to Eric. Awesome. Love the guy. One of my best friends, like I said. There we go. 3-disc set. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it is a beautiful steelbook, and I'm super happy to have it in my collection. Next up, this was a gift from my brother. Every year we kind of pick each other's gifts out, so I knew I was getting this. I literally picked it out with him, and that is The Exorcist Believer on Blu-ray. A lot of people hated this movie. I thought it was pretty okay. It definitely, wasn't my favorite, but from what I've heard, it's probably definitely better than The Exorcist 2. I own the original Exorcist, and I have The Exorcist 2. I need to get The Exorcist 3. It is on my list, but I like this movie. I mean, my wife watched it. We watched it on the streaming platform when it came out. I believe it was Peacock or Paramount, one of the ones, whatever it dropped on. We watched it, and yeah, I don't know. It was pretty decent. I like I said, I can't say I hated it as much as other people, but I don't know. I thought it was fun, and I love this artwork, so super happy to have that as well. Next up, this was a purchase from TerrorVision. It's a little out of order because I just watched this. And there's a reason I'm showing you this, because if you guys don't know, this movie, Malum here, it came out in 2023, but this is a remake of a movie that came out in 2015 or 2016, I'll have to check, called The Last Shift. So this is a remake of a pretty recent movie, and I have both, and I watched them. And I like them both for different reasons. This one kind of touches a little more on the story that The Last Shift does not, and this one has a completely different ending. But I definitely like The Last Shift ending. But this was a really, really good movie, and it's on 4K. It's Malum. It is about a girl who became a cop because her dad was a cop, and her dad passed away. Because of this crazy cult that kind of resembles the Manson family. They kind of talk about that a little bit. And she goes to this old police station that's abandoned because they got a new police station because something crazy happened in the police station. And she was basically just like a night guard there. And all this crazy stuff started happening. And it's just, that's all I can really say without giving it away. But Malum, this is the new one. Super good movie. I liked it. My wife watched it. Here we have another Scream Factory title. This is The Thing. This is the original one from John Carpenter, 1982. I love this movie. I also love the remake, but this one specifically, I love it. It is ridiculous. And when this movie first came out, it was not well received at all. And this movie still might not be for everybody, but it is definitely going down as like a John Carpenter classic for sure. You either love it or you hate it. But the crazy thing about this is I follow Serial at Midnight on Twitter, big movie guy, and I just so happened to be I was at work or getting ready to go to work, and it was 8:30 in the morning, and I saw a tweet that was 7 minutes old from Serial at Midnight, and this was on sale on Amazon for $3.99. I paid $4.23 with taxes on Amazon. To get a Scream Factory movie, brand new, sealed, for $3.99, pretty crazy. So I definitely thought it was a scam. I was like, they're probably just going to send me like a picture, like a printed out picture of the cover of the Blu-ray. But when this came, I was shocked. This is legit. $3.99 for a Scream Factory movie, brand new, sealed, on Amazon. I don't know what it costs now, but I'm happy I jumped on this when I did. Because I saw some people that tried to order it later, and their orders were getting canceled, and I don't know. I got lucky. Mine shipped. I was just, I guess, super quick with it. But yeah, pretty cool find there. This movie, a movie that I've seen Seth Rogen talk about in a random video a long time ago. Not a long time ago, probably a few months ago. And I got an email from Sony that this was out, and we picked it up on the day of release. And that is Dumb Money, the GameStop story. Now, you probably have not heard of this, but let me tell you, this has a pretty good cast. Paul Dano, Pete Davidson, Nick Offerman, Sebastian Stan, Seth Rogen. Great, great cast. So this is about a couple years ago when this guy dumped all of his life savings into the GameStop stock, and it like blew up on Reddit, and then Reddit like overtook these hedge funds with GameStop, and a bunch of them went bankrupt, and a bunch of people became millionaires, and it was super crazy. This is a really good movie based on that. It follows a few different characters that put their money into it and like how their outcome was. So it's based off real stuff that happened, and it was actually really funny. I really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend it. This is probably the movie that come out in 2023 that you didn't know you needed to see. So definitely check out Dumb Money, because it is a great movie. And yeah, I'm really sad I didn't get in on the whole GameStop thing when it happened, because I was a little late to the party, but super, super cool that they made a movie based on that. And it was super funny. I liked it. And Seth Rogen does not actually play a funny character in it. It's kind of crazy. So next up, a movie that came out on my birthday on streaming. My son and I watched it that night. It was amazing. We've watched it a couple times since. So when this came out, I had to have it. And that is Five Nights at Freddy's. And this is on 4K. I really like this movie. I know some people were kind of like mixed feelings on it. This movie is awesome. Now, I never really played the games when they came out, but when the games became popular, I watched Markiplier religiously back then. And of course, you know, like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of was a big thing for him. And I watched him play it, and then I started watching other people play it. I never got too crazy into the lore until my son really got into it, and then he explains it to me. So now I'm like really interested in Five Nights at Freddy's. We've been looking for Security Breach, the game for him on PlayStation 4, and it's just sort of like it just doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's super hard to find. We want a physical copy. We looked in like 3 different places today, and we couldn't find it for him. Even for Christmas, my wife and I looked, we couldn't find it. But eventually, you know, like, he's really excited about it. I got him all kinds of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff for Christmas. He loves the Funko Snaps, and it's just really cool that him and I now have something more that we can just kind of keep building our relationship over. So, had to pick up Five Nights at Freddy's on 4K. Super good movie. If you're on the fence about it, check it out, because it was really cool. Even my wife liked it. Here we have Last Shift. This is the one I was telling you about. This is the original one. Malum is the remake of this movie. This movie came out in 2015. So yeah. Definitely watch both if you get the chance. Because they're both very good. They both play off the same concept, but they're both like different. And I don't know. They're similar, but they're different, but they're good. And I watched like this one, and then I think like 2 nights later I watched Malum. So like, you know, still like super fresh in my mind. But I absolutely love this. Definitely check out The Last Shift, and then check out Malum. Next up here we have Saw X. I picked this up because I own the 8 movie collection. I own Spiral, and I've been really wanting to rewatch these. However, I didn't rewatch them. I've still never seen Spiral. I know that movie's not very well received. I don't think I've seen anything past Saw 4 until I watched this. So, like, I skipped a whole bunch. I'm going to go back and rewatch them. I like this movie, and it's funny because my wife liked it too. And then, like, 2 days after we watched it, because I remember saying, I was like, oh man, that was such a great way to end, like, this franchise. You know, 10 movies, you don't need any more. And then, like, 2 days later, Lionsgate announced Saw 11. So now I have to get an 11th movie for this when it comes out, because I'm a completionist piece of trash. So the next 3, I've already showed off in my Terror Vision video. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. Here we have the WNUF Halloween Special. I still have not checked this out, but I do plan on it. This is from Terror Vision. It's a Blu-ray. And then we have Get My Gun from Terror Vision as well. Again, I showed this all off. I still want to check this out. I just haven't had the time with work because I am working store manager hours and I am not a store manager. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to get heated if I keep talking about it, but it is what it is. I'm not home a lot. I'm literally at work all the time. And when I am home, we just have so much stuff to do because I only have a couple days off a week. that we're just out running, or my wife's live, and it's just like, and a baby, it's just really hard to find time to sit down and watch movies that, you know, my wife is definitely not going to be interested in. Like this one, Linnea Quigley's Horror Workout. Again, crazy, over the top, cheesy. It's going to be great, I'm sure. And then here we go. These are the two things I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome. The first one being a movie that I'm really excited to check out because I know it's going to be so bad it's going to be good, and that is Creature on Blu-ray, and this slipcover is freaking awesome. Cannot wait to check this movie out. My camera's dying, so I got to make it quick. And then the next thing I picked up was something I've been waiting for to go on sale, and it finally dropped down to a good price. Televised Terror Volume 1. This box set is amazing. I'm not going to pull each individual one out because it's dying. It says, please stand by. I'm watching you. 3 movies, no slipcovers. But these were all made for TV horror movies. So these were never like put out physically. These were specifically made for TV, hence Televised Terror. And the movies that it comes with are You in the House Alone, Calendar Girl Murders, and Child in the Night. I'm sure that they're all really cheesy, but I'm really excited. So that is everything I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. As always, I'll see you later in another video.